Okay.
All right, I just hit record, so we're good to go. And welcome everyone to Just BSing episode number 8. I am your host, Mr. Warburg.
And I'm Joe.
We're the bottom shelf nerds because Just BSing, just bottom shelfing. It's a thing. This is our 8th episode. We took a week off last week, a little, kind of just digest the Game of Thrones-ness and take a break, given people not feeling super great, as well as some fun stuff like my fuel line rupturing on my car. Really fun times.
Frustrating.
Plus, I had a lot of wood burnings to do, which there was a lot.
Quite a bit.
Probably show those off later towards the end of the podcast. We got an awesome and jam-packed episode thing tonight. Whatever you want to call it. I just called it an episode. I don't know. It's a thing. Maybe an addition might be the better word. I don't know. We've only been doing this 9 weeks now, plus the 1 week off. So 8 weeks. 8 plus the week off equals 9.
8 plus 9 weeks.
So we're going to be talking about our 2 viewings of John Wick 3.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about a little gaming news, a little nerdy news from Polygon Store. We got E3 predictions, what we think and what we want to see is going to happen. Some of the big stuff that we're very interested in. Not like a super hour-long podcast about E3, just kind of the high points of what we want to see, what we're in on. Joey's got a more in-depth side, so I'm going to let Joey take a lot of that outside of what I want to see. And then, of course, we've got not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 fucking trailers to watch tonight. So we're probably going to have to clip those out. But honestly, we don't make any money on the YouTube anyway, so I might just leave them in with our commentary and see what happens. Because only 2 of them so far have been copyrighted, and it's stuff with Fox movies.
Oh, yeah?
So far it was X-Men, and I think it was Star Wars.
Oh.
Those are the only ones that have gotten claimed so far.
I thought the Spider-Man one did.
No, that one too. So Disney too. So Disney did too.
Okay.
But yeah, so those we're going to be watching the trailer for that one that just dropped today. Ford and Ferrari, the true to life story of the rivalry racing between Ford and Ferrari. It's got Matt. I want to say was it Matt Damon? Or was it Mark Wahlberg? And then it's who's the other guy?
Matt
Christian Bale. Yep. And then Rambo: Last Blood, Terminator: Dark Fate, and then Good Omens, the original series from Amazon based on Neil Gaiman's work, which I'm very excited for because I'm going to start watching it this week.
Because when does it come out?
It's already out.
It's already out? Fuck, I was not watching it tonight.
Yeah, it's already out. Soon as and it's only 6 episodes or something like that. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it should be something.
Also, another episode or TV series I think everyone should watch is Chernobyl. I've yet to watch it, but I've only heard great effing things.
Dude, the finale's tonight. If I had to say start something, it's Chernobyl, so that we can talk about it next week.
Okay, sounds Gucci.
Yeah, because the finale airs literally in 24 minutes from the time of this recording. And now that's what I'm watching tonight. Okay. I'm finishing that up.
That freaking... Everyone's told me, oh my god. You just have to watch it.
It's a show you take a break after every hour. Like, you just walk away. Like, I need to go think about humanity and my place in the world and how fucked our planet is. Like, it's super heavy. It's it's just gut-wrenching in like the worst, but the worst best ways.
Right.
So, let's not get into the heavy shit. Let's talk about something fun and awesome and equally brutal, but in a way more fun way. And that's John Wick 3. We went and saw it twice. Individually first and then together the second time. Holy fuck, what a movie.
Dude.
Holy goddamn hell. I loved the shit out of this movie.
Some great freaking action in this movie.
I think it's a better action movie than the first one. For the action set pieces.
I had a tough time placing this one above
story in the first one's way better though.
Yeah. I think it's still second for me, probably.
Yeah. If I had to rank
number 1.
Yeah, if I had to rank, it'd be John Wick, Chapter 3, Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is pretty distant, but man, that Benelli scene in the catacombs.
That one's
God, with the backlighting and like with the flashlight he puts up in the top, and he just starts mowing dudes down, pins the dude against the wall, racks in the load, boom, just kick right at the neck.
Oh, God. And there's kind of that scene again in this one, but
way more brutal.
Yeah, because it's a fucking slug to the head, and it's just like, I think for a little bit you can actually see the hole in the head, and John Wick on the other side, and I'm like, oh god.
There's one where he just unloads 6 armor-piercing rounds into a dude and hits every single time. It's fucking
man.
brutal. Like
Well,
the
before he
knife to the
gets
eye. That whole sequence,
oh
you're just like you're laughing at how absurdly over the top it is, but it's also extremely well done. So
oh
you're
it
caught between
is.
this like oh my god and holy shit moment.
Yeah.
So
Well,
great when he
and the
just
knife.
fucking chucks the axe and just nails the dude in the head from
So
across
fucking
the
far
room to
away.
end the scene.
God, that was a really good end cut.
Holy shit.
But yeah, the whole just knife trading scene was freaking phenomenal. I mean, just I like the part like where everyone's like just grabbing random knives and throwing them, but they're not sticking. Like just showing actually how tough it is to actually throw a knife. And then you got the freaking eyeball popping scene. That one gets me. That got me twice. I was like, I can't look at it. I can't freaking look at it. It's just like just a slow push down towards the eye. There's a quick pop and it's like, oh fuck. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
What else? Before that, there was also the Russian fight scene where he kills a man with a freaking book, and then, like a proper
Yeah.
gentleman, he puts it back in the proper spot. I was like, nice.
Covered in blood.
Oh yeah, but
But
it's
it's
still
where it's Dewey
alphabetically
Decimal
nice.
System sorted. Okay?
My mom would greatly appreciate that because she's a librarian.
It's the New York fucking Public Library, dude. You'll put that shit back.
How big is that library?
It's a big ass library.
One of the
I like that they
massive-
didn't really stick to it. Like they didn't. That was just a small set piece.
Yeah, yep.
Like they really used the New York setting really, really well. And it
Yeah.
kind of became a point at the end with Winston, like with a high table, and we're fucking New York. I loved that. Loved that. And which
That was a good flex.
and I honestly I cannot wait for chapter 4. Like after
know.
2, I didn't think I'd come out of this movie theater going, "Give me chapter 4 right the fuck now."
I wanted it so bad right away.
Yeah,
And it's like a 2-hour movie that doesn't feel like a 2-hour movie.
it
like,
just doesn't fucking stop.
I know, and you're like, oh, when it stopped, like, oh, it's stopping here? Oh, freaking
And then literally, you think it stopped, and then 20 seconds later, you're like, oh, we're going again.
Yeah.
We're at 100 miles an hour again. Like fucking nothing.
Oh, man. No, and then also just like kind of a side comment, there are 17 ball shots in this movie. They're all effing brutal.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
including the dogs and John just fucking nutting people.
Yeah.
I'm like, ah.
I only had one major complaint from me, which is probably more of an editing thing because I'm pretty sure they would have shot this correctly given how perfectly everything else was laid out. There's a scene with the dog fight in the middle when they're in Casablanca. Halle Berry gets like 40 shots off without reloading.
I know.
And her pistol changed twice, and you never see it change, and you never see her reload. So I'm thinking they like moved stuff out of order because the final shot where she gets the pistol with the red dot, I'm like, oh, that probably should have been like 4 cuts ago. And that's when she got the gun that she's using as she runs through in the trailer with the dogs, going above and below the table.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting we both caught that. We're like, why does Halle Berry have an infinite ammo?
Yeah, because they're very deliberate about showing everybody reloading.
Oh yeah. Oh, especially in that scene too, because at one point in time, John Wick and another guy both land on the ground, quickly pull out, and both their guns are empty. Click, click, and then another guy's coming down, his gun's empty, and everyone's like does a quick magazine change, but John Wick's faster at it, and he pops both of them. I mean, like that's what the movie kind of is, in like most of the gunfights is like.
Yeah.
I feel like there's always quick ammo change. They always show that showing ammo.
Yeah, that like deliberate, purposeful choreography is what I think really draws a lot of people to these movies, and it's nearly doubled the combined. It's like I think it's combined the last 2 movies opening weekends or opening 2 weekends, and then like added 50 million.
Jeez,
like it's making bank compared to the other ones. So chapter 4 they're gonna get that shit out immediately before Keanu gets any older. By the way, he was in a Netflix comedy, Always Be My Maybe. He's fucking hilarious. He's only in it for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'll have to see that then.
Not a huge rom-com guy, but it's because it was written and directed by comedians. I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I needed an hour and a half to kill on a Saturday night. It's perfect. It was hilarious. I just laughed the entire time. I would highly recommend. And Keanu has like 2 or 3 scenes in it. Just put him into fucking everything, man. Put him in everything.
Dude, he's...
Because he was as himself.
Yeah, and he fucking would nail it. Well, one thing I also liked about this movie, it tells a lot of backstory without taking away from the action.
Which was 2's problem.
Yeah, 2 did like the backstory, action, This was like a good blend of everything. Like, we got to see John Wick's kind of starting point with the Russians and like the training and like, I don't know, the ballerina scene was kind of interesting to me because like
It was dark.
you know, the training and very brutal, and like the one lady like rips out her freaking toenail. I'm like ah, and oh gosh, no, the whole Russian thing was really good. And then like what other backstory did we get? We got like there's 3 layers that I caught from how this ruling happens. There's above table, there's table, and then there's under table, I believe. Is that
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, because like the person that's above table, he's able to call off John Wick's
Excommunicado status.
excommunicado status. So he gets that, and he has to lose a finger for it. It's freaking rough.
Yeah. So he's basically like, I'm curious if they're ever going to explore the history of the table, like how it started.
Okay.
That would be a comic series I'd love to read, or like a book I would love to read. Like
that'd be good. Drop that before it comes out.
Yeah, like to explain, like the above the table guys, like this line of kings that stretches back thousands of years, and then the table are like the court of like the small council basically, and then to Game of Thrones comparison, and then everything else is under, and it's just this feudal system that, while the rest of the world kind of forgot and moved away, they didn't, and they retained their power and their influence and their wealth because of their skill with killing.
Yeah. Definitely feels like a Dark Horse comic. I feel like
exactly.
They picked it up
That's
easily.
really what it feels like. Yeah. And I think they really kept and added more to the story. And I love what I'm most excited for is because they said the final fight feels like a Jackie Chan kind of fight where he just keeps getting the shit kicked out of him.
So does.
And those 2 Brazilian dudes, or whatever they are, or Chinese guys, I don't know. And they're like, well, he's John Wick. But he got slower because he's been retired 5 years.
Yeah.
Chapter 4 is going to be him pissed off, fully back, and like I can't wait for the moment where they realize he's not dead and he's back to murder all of them.
Oh God! Do you think the opening scenes is gonna be him murdering that one chick, or that one play a bit?
Oh, I think the adjudicator chick's like dead immediately.
But I also think she's kind of fucked from the table aspect because she went through and what did they call what they did to the New York?
They deconsecrated,
and then reconsecrated basically in the same day.
Basically, because if she didn't do that, literally hundreds were gonna die. Hundreds of the best trained, best armed people in the world were gonna die for literally just to say this guy can't have the Continental anymore. And that's all he says. Like, I just want the Continental. I'm gonna die an old man anyway. I just want the Continental.
Oh man, the Continental's some really good scene in there too. Like a good comedy scene and also a good action scene.
There's a lot of good stuff in the Continental.
It's kind of those actually really cool.
That was fucking great third act. Holy shit, that was amazing.
And then I want to go back to the Brazilian guys or Chinese guys. I'm not for sure.
I love the aspect
kind of show like a lot of respect to John Wick when they're fighting because
and that's that was where it kind of got a little over the top for me, where it's like you just kill him because they totally could have.
Oh, easily, yeah. But then I kind of like it when John Wick could have killed them. He was like, "No, I will see you again." He basically says, "And
be seeing you," which means we're going to see them again, and I'm really excited.
about
that. I want him to team up with like a bunch of assassins. Like,
oh shit!
I want to get like some of like the greatest like assassins in movie history or whatever. Like, I want fucking Timothy Olyphant to show up as like a mix between like his Hitman and his Justified / Deadwood character.
Oh shit!
Oh, give me that shit. Give me that shit, because plus Ian McShane's in the movie, so he would kind of have to be. Plus, we got Morpheus back.
Yeah.
I want to see like him like get together like the old crew, like the people that trained him, and like one of them's fucking Jackie Chan or something. Like, oh my god, that'd be amazing. Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Bring back everyone that John Wick's like trained with. Yeah, that'd be for cool.
Yeah, basically make it like Red, but really fucked up and awesome. Because I loved Red. Or like one of like Carl Urban's in the movie or something. That totally seems like a movie Carl Urban would be a part of.
So what do you think is gonna happen with the Russian chick? Because after
that's I think gonna be how he gets back and like starts contacting people is through the Belarusi, the lady that ran the ballerina area. She's gonna be like the point of contact for the rest of the world, just as a kind of a fuck you to the table. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited.
So I was trying to figure out. I was like, I don't know what to call because like after her hand gets stabbed from the adjudicator. We don't see her anymore. So
she'll be back.
Okay, definitely.
She'll be back. Plus, she's the connection to John's past, like his origins.
True.
So she'll be back in either some way to further the story or to die, essentially.
Yeah. Or John. I don't think John will kill her. But
No, John won't kill her, but I'm not sure if she'll live through chapter 4 or not. But we'll see.
True.
So that's been what, like nearly 10 minutes of John Wick. A little longer than I thought we'd talk about. But literally go watch the movie.
I don't
support awesome action movies because nobody makes them anymore. Not as good as this.
Frick, it's so well done.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
So speaking of movies, let's talk about some movie guys doing some nerdy stuff. And that's the Russo brothers adapting Magic the Gathering for Netflix animation.
Woo-woo!
They haven't said if it's going to be like CG animation, like cutscenes, like the games and stuff, like all the ads, which would actually be kind of cool because that's actually fairly unique. The only other one I can remember that's done something like that has been a Halo animated one that did some CGI stuff. And I'm surprised more games don't do that because animated versions of the stories would play way better than a movie.
Yeah.
And given the binging content stuff we've got, it'd be pretty cool. So, Joey, you've played a lot of Magic.
Oh, tons of it.
It's kind of one of your things.
Thousands of hours.
What's your take on this story?
It's actually kind of cool. I'm kind of interested to see when did they tell you when it was going to launch? Or
I'm looking at the Polygon story right here.
Yeah, I'm
sure. We're on Polygon.com from Matt Patches, which is a top name. After the hyper successful Infinity Saga, Russo brothers, they're set to executive produce.
Okay.
Writers from the guy. Henry Gilroy. That's a good pickup. He wrote a lot of Star Wars Rebels and Clone Wars. Jose Molina. He wrote some of the Tick, which is solid. Supervising director is the guy who did Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I don't know if I can really like that movie. Heck yeah. We got some guys from Rick and Morty and Teen Titan Go and Netflix,
and the
Dragon Prince. Okay, cool.
So that's a solid group of people to run a Magic the Gathering show. I'm not gonna lie. That's actually pretty cool.
So I'm trying to figure out if they're gonna go like,
there's no
starting out
released,
or they're jumping into.
Like so what is the Magic story? As someone who's never really played, what is the
Magic? You don't get much story. I just know currently this timeline that they currently have set up. The planes, different planes. There's like a lot of planes, like different places, like different worlds and stuff like that. Are in conflict or fighting because there's a big baddie called Ugin, and he's trying to destroy everything. And all the planeswalkers are teaming up to try to destroy him. And the person they have showing right here, her name is Chandra. Oh my God, Joey. All right, focus here. Oh my God, I can't even say her name. But it's basically she's the red planeswalker, and she's been okay, like for playing wise.
This chick on the screen right here.
Yeah,
in the story.
Chandra, I think is her name.
This is the official. Like, look at the screen.
Yeah,
I'm looking at. Okay.
Yeah, same screen. And so I wonder if they're gonna follow her, but I don't think she has a cool arc compared to like Liliana, because she's like Liliana like kills an angel, takes the crown, tries to reborn her brother. Brother tries to betray her. She kills her brother again, and then she like rules an army of zombies and stuff like that. Like she also can make a good villain too. It's kind of interesting to use Jace though. These are all just planeswalkers, people are so powerful that they can jump to different planes, which is like different realms and stuff. So they really don't give anything. I was kind of hoping they'd be like,
this is really early stuff,
like a different timeline, like Theros or something. But
really I assume we're going to see more towards the end of the year.
Yeah,
once we start getting into like the upfronts territory and stuff, and as new seasons come out of like all the shows and stuff.
Most likely.
Once we get post summer and post blockbuster season, I'm sure we'll see a lot more from this. Plus, they haven't really talked about much about the like Pacific Rim series and stuff like that.
Yeah. Wait, they're gonna start Pacific. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Pacific Rim anime.
Alongside
just like
Castlevania and Pacific Rim. Yeah. Okay. Should be kind of interesting.
Speaking of summer and video game stuff and blockbuster stuff, one of the best times of the year is literally right around the corner, and that, of course, being
Christmas.
E3. A little more muted E3, given who's not showing up to the press conferences this year. But still, no doubt going to be some awesome stuff. And we're not going to get super into like the weeds on E3. We've already been going for 25 minutes, probably about 18, 19 minutes of actual podcast time. And we probably got like 20-some minutes for trailer talk today. It'll be a shorter podcast, to be honest. We started late, so I'm good with that.
Okay.
Joey,
Yeah.
E3.
E3 this year. Some kind of interesting. Sony's not going to be there, which kind of I don't know because last year they brought some like the best. How do I say it?
They got
Single. They had
panned
like
last year.
they had so much
Their
going
press
for
conference
them.
was fucking weird, bizarre, and didn't work for
Well,
literally tens of thousands of people.
I thought they had a pretty successful. I guess like outside of E3, but I thought they had a pretty successful like year because they had
Well, they
most
had
of
a
the
super successful
popular.
year, but I'm talking E3. Their E3 was
Yeah.
weird. Now, this is the one that
I
they
guess
had
I
like
could
fucking
watch
flute
E3.
guy and shit.
Lol, that's the. Oh my
Where like they literally
god.
moved the audience to a different room, kind of thing. Which
That's
is like,
freaking
yeah, that's super cool for like the 400 people in the theater, for the tens of thousands of people watching at home. It's fucking dog shit.
holy crap. Yeah, so basically the top two people are going to be our top three companies, gaming companies will be Microsoft and Nintendo, which is kind of interesting because they've been kind of
Well,
teaming up
Nintendo's never
together.
at E3. They have a thing around E3. They'll
Oh,
do a
yeah,
direct.
sorry. I thought they were coming to this
Nope.
E3 though.
They don't ever
Yeah,
do E3.
damn.
They do a Nintendo Direct. It's like their own,
Oh, okay,
just a
okay.
stream for an hour, and that's it.
Okay. Oh,
So the
shit.
big ones this year are probably going to be Microsoft, Bethesda,
Yeah,
and maybe Ubisoft,
yeah, Square Enix.
and plus Square
maybe?
Enix because they have the Avengers
Yeah,
game.
because they've got. I think they're probably actually going to go into more of the Final Fantasy VII reboot.
Yep,
Kind of
that too.
interested to see. Yeah. So basically, for E3 predictions for me, let's get right into. I think for Destiny as a game, they're gonna talk about Destiny 2. I don't think they're gonna talk much about Destiny 2 at E3. And the only reason I'm feeling that they just literally a couple hours ago, Bungie, was talking. They just launched a new raid, so that was kind of interesting. Or not launched it, but announced a new raid. What else? Yeah, and the Bungie officially bought out Activision.
Well,
So
bought themselves out of
bought
Activision.
themselves out. Yeah,
They
sorry.
didn't buy Activision.
Yeah,
They don't have
buy
that
Activision.
kind of money.
Jesus Christ. No, but and because basically Activision was supposed to make 3 video games for them or 3 Destinies, and so the next Destiny 3, will be strictly Bungie made. So that'll be kind of interesting. And there's gonna be a lot of changes apparently, for what I see from Destiny 3, because they're gonna try to do like an open world, and I'm kind of interested to see how that's gonna work. An open world with open world PvP, but in a first person shooter, that's kind of scary. Like, I don't think it'll be a good play for them. They might talk about Destiny 3 or drop like a trailer, not trailer, but like a visual of Destiny.
Well,
3,
they still got their last expansion.
which is
They haven't said what it is. They just said it's
Okay.
coming.
well, Destiny 2 will probably have to talk about the next expansion then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they'll save Destiny 3 until like they have a whole kick-ass trailer to re-hype their fan base. Probably E3 2020 plus. By then we'll know about the next gen consoles, and they will specifically as one of the bigger
But-
developers. They'll know about the next gen consoles.
I think they want to launch on the old and then go into the new.
I don't know. I could see them.
That's what they did with
I could
Destiny.
see.
Or not Destiny, but didn't they do it for Destiny 2? Remember right?
No,
No, they did
Destiny
not.
1 was on
Destiny
Xbox One.
was yeah.
It was on both.
Yeah,
Destiny 2 was
360
not.
Yeah, sorry.
So we'll see what happens, but I could see them just saying, yeah, we'll just make it compatible to the old one and let's just focus all on the new one. So that wouldn't be too crazy.
And then
So what else you got?
Bungie. We got Halo stuff. They're definitely gonna freaking talk about that. Halo Infinite.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
I think they're gonna lead their
the
press
trailers.
conference with Master
Halo.
Chief Collection.
Dude, oh yeah, yep, because that's coming over.
Give a firm
PC.
launch date for Halo Reach and when everything is
Yep.
going to be ported over, and like probably a cool trailer with
Good
all the
timeline.
Forge stuff and all the old maps and stuff in the game working, functional on PC, Xbox One. I think that'd be pretty fucking cool. That'd be a hell of a way to kick off your conference. It's just the Reach, the drums of Reach
God.
as the logo comes on, and then
Yeah,
it fades
audience
away to the
just
other Halo logos that are in the Master Chief
Here.
Collection.
That'd be
yeah.
freaking awesome.
And then it's just like the Mjolnir mix or whatever for like 4 minutes of a trailer. Fade to black. See ya, date,
That'd be
time.
fucking good.
Like, oh shit. That'd be awesome. Because they said they're bringing, what, 14 studios?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something crazy to it.
Nah, you're not going to do that, dude. And...
I have Muffin69. Odd username. No, but another good I think it's Affinity? No. But I think who oh my god, now I don't fucking have the resources here. With new Call of Duty, I think they're gonna give a lot more, or Modern Warfare I should say. Because I think this is like a soft relaunch for them.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be at Microsoft though.
Yeah, it definitely won't be a Microsoft though. Yeah, like I said. But I feel like the company itself is kind of doing like, we're kind of pressing panic button, so let's relaunch. But it's
But this one was planned.
no, because they were planning for another Black Ops.
Yeah, no, they were not planning for a Black Ops. Black Ops
were.
is what became the go-to backup plan. It was a Raven Software and Sledgehammer Games, like Vietnam era game that they were making, more focused on campaign. Apparently it wasn't coming together, and Raven was like, dude, Sledgehammer fucking sucks. These guys are terrible to work with. We're out. And so they were like, fuck. And the backup was, let's just make a new Black Ops for 2020. That was the backup plan. And then Modern Warfare, 4 or whatever, Modern Warfare is the plan to launch this fall.
Because from the trailer, it's nothing that we've gone through before. We're in the similar characters.
Apparently it's a continuation, actually.
Yeah.
It's like a 10 years later type story.
Kind of scenario.
Kind of like Black Ops 2 was for Black Ops.
Okay.
Because, and you remember, Black Ops, the new one, we never really, like the story just, after 2, they kind of just were like,
yeah,
fuck it. Moving on.
They went their whole thing. Like, I don't think I actually played
like the future shit,
after that.
And it was like,
no,
that wasn't what made Black Ops cool. Black Ops 1 was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That was in the heyday of Call of Duty, and that shit ruled when they were playing Sympathy of the Devil as you're flying through on the boats and in the helicopters and shit on the rivers in Vietnam. Oh, it was awesome. So Apocalypse like now. It's fantastic. Yeah. But and then Black Ops 2 was weird and like split timeline stuff, but still fun because you had Alex Mason and all that stuff. And then they just and Ed Harris too. Ed Harris was awesome in those games. And then they just moved away.
Is fire true.
So what else you got?
I kind of want still Call of Duty. I still kind of want them to keep a battle royale, but like do it differently.
I don't think they're gonna do a battle royale.
I still think you can get away with like a free to play somehow.
Because they are like Black Ops 4 is not going away. Like they have that option. It's already on the table, and that's clearly not going away. So I don't think they build it into Modern Warfare.
Don't think. Well, could you read? No, I couldn't.
Especially because it's such an old school. We're throwing it back. We're going back to our roots.
Yeah.
And it's going to be just straight up team deathmatch, domination, assault.
Capture your flag. Yeah.
Kind of like OG Modern Warfare 1 and 2, like Fusion's in chat. Modern Warfare 1 and 2. Modern Warfare 2 may be one of the best multiplayer games I've ever played. You give me some like fucking free-for-all on Rust. That shit still gets my blood going. And I'm just thinking about it. Fucking noob tubing across the map and some things where like there was this one map where there's like a crashed plane. You got a tunnel in the cliff and there's like a garden village area. You can fucking like just launch, boom, noob tube, get like 3 people. Fucking loved those games.
They were quite good.
And the one where you're on the unfinished rooftop and you can like get up on the top as a sniper and just go to 10.
Give me back my intervention, man. I fucking missed. They have the freaking I think it's a heat sink or heat. I can't even remember. Thermal scope?
The heartbeat sensor?
Oh my god, no. Fuck the heartbeat sensor. Thermal scope, dude.
I used
all the way.
Heartbeat sensor Scar all day. With the shotgun Scar?
Because you're freaking a noob, man.
No, that's a noob too.
Nobody said that.
Heartbeat
sensor. No, you're
that's
just
tactics.
No, Tom!
Also, Skylar says you want to get nuked again.
Oh, dude. I was there for 85% of Skylar's nukes.
Oh yeah, I forgot the tactical nukes.
Dude,
it was a kill streak perk.
You would just.
That was such a cool like kill streak thing you could get. That was very cool.
So fucking was. Because his setup was, he's a camper, and son of a bitch. what was his setup? I can't remember his call strikes because I know what was one attack. Oh, Harrier, attack Harrier.
Yeah,
One
the
that
AC
was a
130.
dogs. And then there's AC 130. And there was his tactical nuke and just spanked me so many fucking times. He's good though, yeah. But freaking that was Skylar's fucking jam though. Like no lie. Like him and Austin, probably some of the best people I've ever seen play
Yep.
for any freaking Call of Duty.
Wasn't
Like,
Austin actually like technically professional in it?
yeah, I think he actually like won like a tournament. I was like, damn, dude.
I know he had the MLG shirt
Dallas.
like for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was somewhere in Dallas. He was like won a free for all tournament owned. That guy knows some fucking Call of freaking Duty.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see what they do. Plus, I think we're gonna get more of a full like feature type trailer. Like these are the modes we're gonna have. This is the tone we're going for the multiplayer. You know, compared to the single player stuff that was in the trailer initially. So that'll be interesting.
Do you think we'll have a dark-ish campaign?
Oh yeah, I think so. It's gonna be very probably ripped from the headlines, kind of modern story.
That's what I'm thinking too.
I don't know how well that's gonna play. Given where they've taken the franchise, like it's gone in so many different directions that maybe it'll work super well coming back to the more, you know,
grittier kind of.
What if shit went down literally today in this world? I don't know how well that'll play. Some say it's gonna be weird. Some it's gonna be awesome. I don't know.
See, I think it's gonna probably be one of the greater Call of Duties, but it's not gonna like they want. I mean, I just have that feeling.
Yeah.
Like it'll be like mechanically sound and everything, and just good story and then good multiplayer, but like it's not gonna sell like they want it to, which kind of makes you a little bit fearful. And also interesting. One of the main selling points is cross-platform.
Like yeah, we'll see how well that works.
I'm sorry, controller players, but
well,
maybe you can set.
They won't be putting by default console players with controllers with keyboards. You'll be able to at least opt out of it and just go, yeah, I want Xbox only.
I hope they can opt if you want Xbox, because that's not fair.
I assume that'll be a setting like how you I remember on the old Halo stuff you could search, oh, I want people that are only using a mic. Like you could search for stuff like that. I assume they'll work something in like that.
Okay, let's hope so, because the snappiness of a mouse and keyboard is tough to fucking.
Yeah. I mean, some games the controller stuff is actually really nice, but some it's not. So,
but in FPS,
yeah,
most of the time, like mouse and keyboards.
But man, speaking of FPSs are going to be my fucking jam this year. So number one, like I said, Halo Master Chief Collection. Give me some of that shit. Injected into my fucking veins. Halo Infinite, you know we're going to get a trailer, probably a launch date, or at least a launch window, as well as a better take on where they're putting the story. Are they totally pumping the brakes on the trilogy they're in the middle of, or is it actually just more of like a soft reboot while in the middle of a trilogy? We'll see what happens. Gears 5 is going to get a firm launch date, and probably the final trailer or whatever, and I'm actually super hyped for that. Because I actually really enjoyed Gears 4's story. I never got into the Gears multiplayer like at all. I just couldn't do the third person multiplayer.
It was rough.
Constant lag for me. Plus I had shit internet at the time, so it just didn't work. But man, that story, there's just something about those games that just fucking awesome. Fucking chainsaw lancers and shit, so good.
Gears always had a good story. I mean,
it's just a really. Plus, Gears 3, I think, had a really fun sci-fi story. And I was just reading an excerpt from the book about it. And apparently it was written by Karen Travis. She wrote a lot of, like, the Halo books and stuff from the first wave. Like, yeah, and, the second wave. And a good sci-fi writer, and, like, she helped write the story and stuff. So I'm excited to see what they do with Gears 5. And actually having Kate as the protagonist. I liked her character in Gears 4. The maybe daughter/granddaughter of the Queen from Gears 1 through 3. Well, that was cool. Like, I'm like, oh, that's a cool little orbit. I like this. This is fun. And we're gonna get a badass Marcus scene. Hopefully, that can rebuild the hype for the Gears movie with one Dave Bautista as Marcus Phoenix, because he said he wants to do it. Wait, what?
Are they actually making that movie, or was it?
He has publicly said if they ever do a Gears, and I'm not auditioning for Marcus Phoenix, I'm gonna be pissed. Like he's like, I want to fucking do it, and everyone's like, oh, he should do it. He's like what people wanted for like Terry Crews to be in things.
Okay,
Like, no, that's what people want now for Marcus Phoenix is Dave Bautista. Because when he grows his beard out, it's literally, oh shit, you're Marcus Phoenix, and he's as jacked as him. And then other two FPSs for me. Okay, what the fuck is this?
Seaman?
You can just get the fuck out of here.
I don't understand. No.
Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Give me some of that shit. Give me it all.
Good
Give me that fucking heavy metal distorted music soundtrack and awesome first person mechanics with tons of gore. And same publisher actually, Wolfenstein Youngblood. I'm curious if they're gonna pull the whole. It's a full $60 sequel, or if they're gonna do like the $40 mid game, and then Wolfenstein 3 will be the next one. You know, like the big ones that finish off their trilogy of New Order, New Colossus, and I'm sure they'll do like New World or something for the final one to finish off the new trilogy for Wolfenstein, and maybe Youngblood, kind of like Wolfenstein Old Blood was a sequel, like a half sequel from. It was more of technically a prequel of Wolfenstein, the New Order. Man. Then Youngblood was its sequel, was like its DLC pack for like $40. I'm curious if Youngblood's going to be that for New Colossus, which I really fucking loved that game. Real good.
Do anything about them?
So those are my big ones. I'm curious if we'll get another maybe tease from Rockstar about their next title, given that like
what they're working on.
You know, and more from like their separate team of like there was some stuff coming out about maybe like GTA 6 like still being set in San Andreas, and like there was some very interesting rumors about that game that came out. I want to say like it was back in January, so they're obviously they're working on it, and it was very single player heavy. The leaks that came out, so like maybe we'll see a little tease for that, because I don't think Red Dead Online is gonna have the legs that GTA 5's did. It just doesn't have the stuff to play. Like Grand Theft Auto, you have guns and cars and money in a way that doesn't exist in the Red Dead world. So I don't think it was fair of them to assume it would have the same legs as Grand Theft Auto 5, which is such a modern sandbox compared to an 1880s sandbox.
Yeah.
Totally different world.
100% different world. I mean, you can't expect people to spend money on a new horse. I mean, or a new carriage or something. I mean, like you go so in depth with the modern world compared to like the old Western world, where, I mean, what, are you gonna have a cool looking wagon to brag around or flying anything? Yeah, you can't really go too in depth like GTA 5 did. I mean, hell, that game is still pretty playable, and it's how old? I have no clue.
6 years.
6 years now? Jeez, yeah, exactly.
2013. Oof. I was a year out of college when it came out, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I have.
And it's still a top 10 selling game on like every platform.
I don't know how, because I've got one for the Xbox 360, for Xbox One, and PC now. So I have one for 3 copies of it.
Yeah, it's one of the games I've bought several times. Still not up there with Skyrim, but it's up there.
Oh yeah, Skyrim so many people play that game over and over and over again. It's so good.
So Joey, anything else you want to add on the E3 stuff? Anything you think what's going to be the crazy shit that happens?
What is Bethesda bringing to EA?
That's the one that's most intriguing for me, because like, do they double down on Fallout 76 and go, we're fixing it, it's going to get better, we know what we're doing, or do they go, well, no, wait, who does Dragon Age?
I think that's...
Oh, we know what, also that's another one, that's BioWare, but we're going to get a Dragon Age 4 teaser, which I'm excited about. That's a different one. Bethesda, I wonder if they've said, fuck it. You know that plan we were just not going to do Elder Scrolls for like 3 years? Yeah, fuck that. Here's Elder Scrolls 6, like, teaser. See you in a year and a half. You know? Man. Because they got fucked so hard with Fallout 76.
Yeah, and Anthem.
You know, maybe they decide... Anthem's also BioWare.
Anthem's also BioWare?
Yeah.
Shit. I thought that was Bethesda launch. Never mind.
Nope. Okay. Bethesda has, like, And Bethesda's got some other awesome titles. Doom Eternal, Wolfenstein Youngblood, and a few others that are fantastic. They've also got the fucking albatross that is Fallout 76. And they've got the keys to the Elder Scrolls series. So maybe they just decide, fuck it, let's just pump that into the pipeline. Let's get this. It's gonna be a launch title for next gen. Which basically means a year and a half, more or less. So I'll be curious to see what Bethesda's gonna do and like how they're gonna structure their press conference, because they had such a terrible failure at the end of last year. And then nothing really come out until post E3 this year with the aforementioned Wolfenstein and Doom, which are gonna be, I have no doubt those are gonna be fantastic games.
That'll do good for them. Heck yeah.
So.
Oh shit.
Chat, anything you guys are wanting to see in E3? Anything you think that's going to like just blow the doors off of people? I didn't mention Cyberpunk, of course, but that's going to be a cool trailer. And probably get a firm launch date a la Death Stranding.
Yeah, I have no clue what to expect from that game, dude.
Do we get a Last of Us 2 update on a launch date? You know, do they...
Google Stadia will be there.
I thought Stadia was doing something early, like the 6th.
6?
Like they're doing a press conference thing on the 6th, which is Thursday. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said the 6th.
Yeah, June 6th, yep. It'll be before that.
Okay, yep, they're going to announce the release date, their pricing, their games, all that good stuff on June 6th.
What are your thoughts on Stadia just a little bit here?
I mean, if anyone's going to make it work, it's going to be Google.
Yeah, but the latency and everything, do you think they figured that out? How to make that work?
Unless they're just deciding, all right, now we're actually going to go hard on the internet infrastructure and just do it our fucking selves. Okay. Because they gave a lip service to that like 3 years ago, and then they just kind of stopped.
They're like, no.
And if this push is what gets them in, or this is them forcing Sony and Microsoft's hand to make them spend the money to do it, to kind of arms race them, like USSR style, arms race them to go spend their money on it and get a finished product out the door, and then beef up their own ISP infrastructure so people invest in their ISP infrastructure.
That'd be cool to see.
That I could totally see Google pulling.
A good race would freaking be nice to see.
Like a race to force someone else's hand, so that way they're on the back end, you're buying in Google's infrastructure.
Okay.
That I think is probably something that could happen. Who knows what Stadia is actually going to do, if they're going to actually make it happen. I kind of doubt it.
See.
You know, I think if anyone's going to make the gaming side of it, like the actual, like the cloud-based stuff side of it work, it's probably going to be Microsoft.
Oh, yeah.
But in terms of infrastructure and like ability to just actually go build a network and shit, it's Google.
Yeah.
So we'll see. If you could get Google, Microsoft, and Sony all working together,
fuck.
Okay.
Talk about
now we got something cool happening. But that would never happen because there's no competition.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, who would go against them? No
the
one.
Government. The government would be like, fuck no, I mean... that's not happening.
Yeah, no. That's not going to work.
No. Ooh, Beyond Good and Evil 2. That's a good one, Fusion. I totally forgot about that one. Joey, that always seemed like a game you'd really dig. Beyond Good and Evil.
A lot of people always tell me. Let me look it up here.
Remember to stay on your mic.
Good and Evil. Okay. So what are we looking at here? There's a pig boy. What the heck? Let's just see a quick trailer of it. Come on, commercials. Let's go.
What are you watching?
Oh, it's a trailer. Or a commercial, sorry.
Is it something you might want to check out?
It's like a hack slash kind of thing.
I don't know. I never played it.
Okay, I was just trying to look at it. It looks like a Ratchet and Clank kind of thing. It's kind of interesting.
Okay. Speaking of trailers and stuff, we've been going about 40 minutes, give or take, of actual podcasting. So, and speaking of trailers, it's time to do trailer talk. So fuck it, we'll do a live segment.
Yeah, boy.
We've got, as you can see here on my tabs, I'll get rid of some stuff. We've got 4 trailers. We got Terminator Dark Fate because we took a week off and didn't see it.
Mhm.
Rambo Last Blood. Ford versus Ferrari. That trailer dropped today. And then a trailer for a show I'm going to watch and that I'm trying to get Joey in so we watch it together because it's a mini-series. Good Omens. I've heard awesome stuff about it. And as a big Supernatural fan, I kind of know where they're going to end up things, but I'm cool with it because it actually looks like a lot of fun. So trailers aren't your thing. That's totally cool. Thank you for hanging out. If not, let's watch some trailers, shall we?
Yeah, boy.
So Joey, are you ready?
Terminator's first? Yes.
We're watching Terminator. No, wait. We're going to watch Terminator Dark Fate.
Okay.
Start your engines in 3, 2, 1, play.
2 days ago, I had this nice, simple life. And now it's a nightmare.
If travel is searching and home has been found, I'm not stopping.
Interesting.
I'm going hunting. I'm the hunter.
Who are you?
My name is Sarah Connor. Never seen one like you before. Almost human.
I am human. Why do you care what happens to her?
Because I was her.
What the fuck?
That looked like fucking A-Team right there.
We win.
Yeah, what the?
We win
We
by
don't.
keeping you alive.
I'm going hunting.
Interesting.
Yeah, that'll actually, you know what? I'm actually kind of interested in it. That looked fun.
Yeah. Trying to figure out that Terminator freaking makes a second one of himself.
Well, it's basically like a cross between, like the Terminator
guy.
3 trailer and OG
Uh-huh.
Terminator with T2, the one where the liquid metal guy, but
Yeah.
with an exoskeleton underneath.
So, okay. This will be kind of fun to see how it works.
Plus, that's the guy from Agents of Shield,
Sure.
season 4.
Yeah.
It's Ghost Rider. Fucking awesome.
Okay.
And if this is the platform that like launches him to getting a Ghost Rider series on Hulu that they've been talking about, and he's in talks to be in, I'm very much excited about that because that shit was awesome. Like, as much as Fusion and I are like, okay, some of the graphics weren't great, the story was fucking awesome, and his look was fucking cool, like with the car and shit. Yeah, give me that Robbie Reyes. Give me that. I want that series, and I want Daredevil season 4. I need a fucking
give me
suit up
more.
scene from Hulu season 4 Daredevil. I need him actually putting on the suit for like a 3-episode miniseries, something, anything, or
Give
maybe
me
put him in the Ghost Rider series.
Tom's
I don't
hungry.
even care.
Feed him.
I don't care. Put him in the Ghost Rider series if he's not going to get his own series. Got to get Charlie Cox in the suit one more time, because season 3 was awesome, but he never wore the suit. Kind of ticked me off. Okay, trailer number dos is the shittier one, no doubt. I was not a fan of this trailer. For reasons,
Really?
I was not a fan of this trailer. Joey, have you
Okay.
seen this one?
No,
Rambo
I've not.
Last Blood.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
No, I've not.
Okay. Are we going to start from the very beginning?
Where else would we start?
Well, I was just trying to get through the Kino thing,
Okay.
but I'll mute it for the stream.
Okay.
All right, you ready in 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay.
I've lived in a world of death.
Oh, that's terrible CC. You're done.
I've watched people I've loved die.
It's terrible.
Some fast with a bullet. Some not enough left to bury.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
All these years I've kept my secrets. But the time has come to face my past. And if it comes looking for me, they will welcome death. I want revenge.
Ride till I can't no more.
I want them to know that death is coming. And there's nothing they can do to stop it.
Okay, well, that was certainly a thing. Number 1, the movie itself does not look bad. That trailer was fucking awful.
Yeah. Nice selection of music.
So, like,
What
so
the
that reeks
fuck?
of, hey, we're just trying to be hip.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I just walked away. I'm like, no, I fact.
Like,
God
just
damn
not, didn't fit the tone.
No, it didn't. And
The actual, like, whistling thing at the end, that did, in the very
Yeah.
beginning. But, like,
What?
okay, seriously, you couldn't use Hurt from Johnny Cash?
Yeah, there's so many better songs I could pick. There.
Like, Fusion brought up Logan Rambo. Yeah, it basically is like
Yeah.
Logan meets Skyfall for me, / Home Alone, because it's very much darker Home
Oh
Alone.
yeah, no, well,
Like, that had a huge Home Alone sequence in Act 2. Plus, meet Logan. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm in for that for Rambo, because the Rambo
Yeah.
4, just Rambo? Or was it 3?
mhm.
Was Rambo First Blood?
The most recent one besides.
The second one is in Afghanistan. The third one, there's a third one, I think, and then there's Rambo, which was like 2008, 2009.
Okay.
Those
Which is,
those fucking good. Like where
Yeah.
where he's on this mission in Burma and like these American like mercenaries and stuff. They don't know who he is. Like, why are you here? You're just the boat guy.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
boat guy comes in with a fucking like with like steel tipped arrows and shit, just fucking mowing dudes down. This is 4. Okay, so Rambo 3. I actually
Perfect.
really liked Rambo 3, and where it ended with him going back to his family farm and all that.
Yeah.
Very good. Didn't need a Rambo 4. The
No.
tone of this one actually looks kind of cool. The trailer
So
did not. And I'm guessing
basi-
trailer 2 is going to fix that.
It's just him like on the Mexican border defending drug cartel, Mexican cartel.
Yeah, this is 5. Yeah, it's First Blood, Rambo 2. Third Rambo is the Afghanistan one where he's in the helicopter, like sitting on the water, and then he pulls out a rocket launcher and shoots the other helicopter. It's so
I don't
dumb,
think I've seen
but
that.
so
Okay.
good. Yeah, 2's Korean stuff, like rescuing POWs.
Yeah. I've seen that
Um,
one.
And then 4 is in Burma / Myanmar.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 was the one where he got super fucking roided out because that was right around the time of Rocky 4, I think. So he was shooting those things like every 6 months. So he was like super fucking
Jeez.
jacked and super on steroids. Like he really fucked his body up doing that. But yeah, I'm gonna go see it for sure because
yeah.
I'm kind of a sucker for a well done action movie. Kind
I-
of reminds me of like a
I'll see it.
serious Expendables movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
With
Oh
one
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
I actually
a lot
liked
more
the first
gore.
the Expendables 2 I actually quite liked. But we'll
This
see.
will be. I don't think of this one. I'll see it, but the trailer,
yeah, the trailer
just
was
music.
not doing a good
Yeah,
job of
just
selling
music.
you. I'm hoping
I was
trailer
like,
2 fixes that.
Let's pray to God it does.
All right, so let's move on to trailer
Rust.
number 3, and that is
Yeah.
Ford versus Ferrari.
I'm actually kind of excited for this one. I didn't realize it's coming out, and I was like, oh, for real? Because I know a little history on this story.
Yeah, this one came out yesterday.
Okay.
It's a trailer about the real life racing rivalry between Ford, the company, and Ferrari, the company.
Yeah.
So, are you ready, Joey?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Look out there. Out there is the perfect lap. You see it?
I think so.
Most people can't.
Carol Shelby,
Maybe.
Lee Iacocca, Ford Motor. Suppose Henry Ford II wanted to build the greatest race car the world's ever seen to win the 24 hours of Le Mans. What's it take?
Well, it takes something money can't buy.
Money can buy speed.
What in about speed? You need a pure racer behind the wheel of your car. That's Ken Miles.
I don't trust him an inch.
We heard he's difficult.
No, Ken's a puppy dog.
No. Whatever it is, Shell, no.
Trust me.
You're gonna build a car to beat Ferrari with a Ford.
Correct.
And how long did you tell them that you needed? 200, 300 years?
90 days.
This isn't the first time Ford Motors has gone to war. We know how to do more than push paper. Go ahead, Carol. Go to war.
Thank you, sir.
Do you think you can beat Ferrari?
I can try.
We're lighter, we're faster. When that don't work, we're nastier. We're gonna make history.
Oh, man.
You ready?
I was born ready, Mr. Shelby. Hit it.
That was good. All right, yeah, I'm in. I'm in.
I'm fucking way sold. Oh god, the movie I actually got a little bit chills from that.
That's good. You're right,
Oh,
Fusion.
yeah,
That's a
'cause,
go-to trailer song.
That freaking is, and like I don't know, like
The world
you
needs
wanna
more
know
Rolling
history
Stones and trailers.
about that. Like Amazon has a really good Le Mans series
Yeah.
because like Ferrari like owned the Le Mans 24 hour or like ever. I think they won like a bitchin'. I don't remember the number. I don't want to say it. Well, I'm gonna guess, but like they won it a frick time. Frick, like I want to say like 10 plus in a row, something dumb.
They were the
They're the
Patriots
hard-
of it, is what you're saying.
Except they made the Patriots look like bitches compared to how many times they won it. I mean, because people just, they just fucking bottle the good racers essentially. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And they also had a great machine.
Oh, yeah. So, we've been going for nearly a full hour. Do we want to do the Good Omens trailer? Have you seen
Yeah.
it?
Let's do the Good Omens one.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, then we're not going to do it. We've both seen
Okay.
it. No
Fair
need. So yeah, we're gonna watch Good Omens. We're probably gonna do a little. We'll do a little bit about that next week, maybe, depending on how much Joey and I have watched. Chernobyl is already out for the finale. We're gonna watch that. Obviously, we've got X-Men: Dark Phoenix this week. So Fusion, if you want to be on next week, Monday, 8:00 start time. We might be talking about we might be doing an entire episode about X-Men and ranking X-Men and / review of Dark Phoenix for like the first 15-20 minutes. If you're game, love to have you on. Joey, you got anything to add on our E3, John Wick, or any of our trailer topics we talked about tonight?
Oh, Jesus. No, not at all. Just go see John Wick.
Definitely. Yeah, go see John Wick. Because Chapter 4 is gonna probably blow your socks off. And you gotta get on that hype train fucking now.
Do it.
It's gonna be fantastic. So thank you everyone for hanging out, for Fusion, for Skylar, for everyone else we saw hanging out. Still not quite the 2 people that we saw that we had to ban tonight, which was really fun. Haven't had to do that in a while.
It's been a hot second.
Just have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you for some streams throughout the week.
Peace, my dudes.
Bye.